So I'm Ben, and I'm from O2, and I just thought I'd start off by showing you a picture of me 10 years ago. I thought I'd just introduce myself with a nice picture when I used to ride a lot of bikes, very passionate about cycling myself, but I'm also very passionate about supporting young people be the best that they can be. And I realised that this photo was 10 years ago, and well, things have changed a lot in that time. So what have I been up to in the 10 years since that photo was taken? So as I say, I work at O2, done a few different things throughout my journey at O2. Started off 5 years ago in the O2 store in Reading while I was at university. I thought, I like O2, nice brand, been a customer for a long time, my best friend got me discount, right, I'll carry on doing that. I want to go and work at O2 and sell phones. So started working at O2 in Reading, and actually one day I served a customer, and I said, so what do you do for a living? Because I always chatted too much. My manager said to me, Ben, you need to stop talking so much to customers when they come in. You know, stop talking, you need to see more customers. I said to you, what do you do for a living, madam? And she said, I'm the head of HR at O2. I said, oh, this is great. The head of HR has come to speak to me in O2, and I'm serving her. This is fantastic. I said to the head of HR at O2, can I have some work experience with you? And she said, great, come to see me when you finish university and come and spend 2 weeks with me. So I spent 2 weeks with the head of HR at O2, and I met someone else in O2, and I started working in a part of O2 called Think Big, which is all about supporting young people, like some of you guys that are in the room here, with money, cash, support to grow their ideas and change the community for the better. So I started working at Think Big, really passionate about that. That's where I got my passion for supporting and helping people grow ideas. And then you'll see an Atletico de Madrid logo there, for those of you that are fans of football, that I actually moved roles and I started working at a part of Telefonica O2, which is called Wira, which is all about supporting startups and investing in startups, a bit like Dragon's Den for some of you if you've watched Dragon's Den before. So I got to work with a lot of startups, again, helping them grow their ideas, and that was really fun. But in the meantime, I got to do 6 months placement in Madrid. So if some of you are thinking about why languages would be great to learn, think about what you can do if you learn a language, because I really at school thought languages were a waste of time. But why is my teacher teaching me Spanish when everyone speaks English? So, but actually, I then go to Madrid, and that was fantastic. So if you guys want to learn languages, do it for that reason. So, I just wanted to start off this talk with just a little reflection on where we've come from, because my word, things have changed, haven't they, the last 15 years. For those of you maybe a bit older than me will remember even further back than what I've just put up on screen, but does anyone remember Yahoo looking like that in 1995? A few nods around the room, yeah, that's cool. Okay, and actually the picture on the right-hand side, some of you may remember, this is when you have to ask to use the internet, because you had to use the phone line and you couldn't receive a call if you used the internet. I remember asking my dad many times, far too much, can I use the internet? And he would be like, no, I'm expecting a call from my mum. And also, I remember my dad having one of these phones in the bottom of the screen. One of these huge, he used to walk around like that. He used to think, look at how cool I am. It was a huge, and look at where we are now. We have phones like that are this big that have more power in them than NASA had when they got to the moon. Can you believe it? That's all happened in the last 20 to 30 years. Our lifetime. I actually cannot believe how much things have changed. Let's fast forward to 2015. Well, technology's changed a hell of a lot. So, I don't know if you can read this, so I'll just say, Snapchat. Snapchat. How many of you have Snapchat? So a couple of you guys, okay, you guys have Snapchat. 700 million Snapchat images sent in 2014 alone. It's now up to 1 billion. The company is valued 10 to 20 billion pounds, or $1 billion in 4 years since the app was launched. 4 years, it's got bigger than most companies in the, that have been around established for a long time. The founder is the same age as me, 25, and he's sitting on 2 or 3 billion, maybe even more than that. 71% of 5 to 15-year-olds have access to a tablet computer now at home. Who has a tablet at home? Okay, great. And there's going to be, by 2020, 50 billion devices, so almost 5 or 6 for every human being connected to the internet by 2020. which is an incredible amount. Think about all that data and all that that's floating around. And how many of you get spam emails? I'm expecting every hand in the mind to go up. 160 billion emails sent each day now. 97% are spam. I feel like that at O2. I can certainly verify that from my perspective, but 97, but how many do you just swipe along and say delete, 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 delete? And actually, do you know that most of you in the room, Facebook probably knows you better than your friends now? Which is pretty crazy. So how is that possible? Well, I read some research the other day from the University of Cambridge, so it's some clever guys, much cleverer than me, that said that when Facebook was told to predict your likes, it was closer to getting it right than your friends, because of the amount of information that you put into Facebook, the amount of likes that you do on videos, all the things that you like. It can tell much better the things that you like and you enjoy because you put so much stuff into it. Absolutely incredible. So technology, as you guys have seen, in 15 years, 20 years, it really has opened the possibilities up to a huge amount of things, hasn't it? I think everyone would be in agreement in this room now that technology has changed the way that we live our lives, and it is here to stay. You know, it's not going anywhere. It's just going to, as we talked about then, it's just going to grow. More devices, more apps, more services, it's just going to grow. And it opens a really good opportunity up, particularly, well, for everyone in this room, but particularly for young people as well in the audience, because you guys have the canvas to create what you want and to get it out to customers really quickly. Literally, when I was working in Wyra in the startup division of O2, amazing how quickly these guys can come up with a product, create it, get it out to customers and start making money. Literally, we live in a time where you guys are almost unbounded. I think that there's many people that still haven't even got basic amenities. We've got all this internet. We have got so many possibilities now. But what I wanted to just talk to you today about as well is I wanted to talk to you about the fact that the possibilities of technology are fantastic, but to make the most out of those, we just have to also understand and take a step back and think about the risks. How many of you have heard about the talk stuff that's going on at the moment? Yeah? Okay. Cool. And there are many more things other than that. You can see on screen some of my little images, but some of these refer to things like downloading and getting huge amounts of bills. Some of these are about the fact that actually most of us in this room, I would probably say, use our phones too much. Are probably I wouldn't say addicted, but overuse mobile phones. Actually, there is actually some sort of study, I think, that's been done that has shown that people's capacity sort of to focus on things is decreased because people are just on their devices, and actually people are losing the chance, well, not losing the chance, but losing the ability to have social interaction in the way they used to. There's also the fact that many people online that people may meet aren't who they say they are. So there's that possibility of meeting people online that aren't who they say they are. There's also the fact that actually, particularly with young people, there's this cyberbullying, there's this online reputation. There really are, I think, a lot of risks out there at the moment. Possibilities, and you always have to frame technology with possibilities in mind, but actually for us to get the most out of it, my opinion is that we just need to understand some of those things that are behind it. So I came with a very short presentation today, as I say, because my manager was going to do this, and here I am today with you guys, and I'm really pleased, so thank you for watching. But what I really just wanted to do with this talk was talk you through how technology's changed. Have a think about that and just reflect and say, this is amazing. Think a bit about the fact that actually there are some challenges, and we all recognise that, and I'm not going to go into the details of some of those challenges because, I don't know, some of them are a bit negative, so we're not going to talk about that for too long, but I wanted you to think about what the fact, or what this means for a 21st century employee, and also for a 21st century person. And I think it is one of the most important things for you to do is being just aware of some of the things that you can do, some of the things that you can see, and some of the things or the people that you can meet when you're online. For me, it's really important to have an understanding of just this in mind, because, for example, if I take one of those categories of some of the things you do, you could share things online that shouldn't be shared. You can overshare information. You can meet people, as we say, that aren't who they say they are. You could also, as I say, overshare things online that could then have impact in your future life. Personal, because once something's online, as you guys know as well as me, something can't be taken down if it's been shared and retweeted and all that kind of stuff. I've got my 5 minutes. Thank you. So what I want you guys to take away from this talk, short and sweet, and I hope that you found it useful thinking about the way technology's changed, the possibilities and some of the challenges, to think about your own online, how you act online, and think about the fact that online is real world. In many cases, when you put things online, it's going to be there to stay if it's shared and all that kind of stuff. So take a breath before you do something online and think about, what could this mean? What could this mean before I share it? Because actually, the last thing you'd want is if something that you did online tarnished something personally for you or in business world, because actually many of the things like talk, for example, happen because a human being has made a mistake many times with a password, given it out to someone, not done a password very well. And with some of these security features that you guys will know, make sure you just follow it. Set up good passwords, don't share them, all that kind of stuff, because you can stay as safe as you can online and make sure that you're using it in the right way, appropriately, and getting the most out of it and achieving all those possibilities that we discussed. So what are we doing about it at O2? So you might have seen my first slide that referred to the O2 and NSPCC partnership. We actually joined forces with the NSPCC in August of this year, and we're on a mission to help families have great conversations together about the online safety world. We want to help parents and give them the confidence to have conversations and make a positive difference in the online world and keep kids like yourselves at the front here safe online. So you might see a quote from the Internet Safety Minister, Baroness Shields. She thinks the partnership for O2 and NSPCC brings together a great collaboration of people that know about tech and people that know about how young people use it. What have we done? So we've set up a helpline that parents can call for free, any network. It's open at good times during the day and also Saturday, Sunday. And you can call it for free and you can get advice on technical things such as how do I set up my privacy settings, how do I block people, and if you have an app that you're worried about. Some lady came and spoke to me earlier on about an app that was concerning her, that was connecting her daughter with people that she didn't want to be connected with. The guys can give you technical advice on that. If they don't know the app, they'll research it, and then they'll give you you can call them back, or they'll give you a call back to talk you through the app and how you can make sure that it's used in the right way. We've also launched an online hub for parents, o2.co.uk/NSPCC. You can find out lots of information, advice, and tips on how to stay safe online. And we're going to be delivering a bit of an outreach program in 2016, doing some workshops in certain locations for parents. And we're also going to be training some of our O2 staff to really be able to help, whether that's an O2 customer or not, with this issue, to help you all be net aware and safe online. So, few of the things that I've covered, and then I'm sure you guys will ask me questions. Don't ask too hard of questions, please. Tech's amazing. We talked about tech is amazing. It is fantastic. I love tech. We all love tech. I hope you're sat here because you love tech. I hope you're here because you love tech. If you don't love it, get into it. Love it. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's going to get deeper. It's going to get richer. You're going to be having things printed in your house soon. You're going to be making your own mugs, cups, whatever it might be. You're going to be making all that stuff that is going to just come and it's going to be in your house and you're going to be making it and it's going to be crazy. But technology is just going to keep moving on. It's going to keep moving on at this rate. There are challenges, as we talked about. We've seen them in the news. But what I want you to do and what I want you to take away today is I just want you to be net aware and I want you to be shareable. I want you to think about your online etiquette and what you get up to and think about the things that you do, the things that you see, and the people you meet, and how you can make sure that you act in the right way, and how you, as a family, can come together and talk about these things to make sure that you're all safe as a family online. We want to help keep families safe at O2, and we want you to come and say hi at our stand later on, and you can take part in my quiz, which you know the answers for now, that I've covered. So that was everything I was going to cover. I want to say thank you for coming along. I hope that was useful, short and sweet. If you have any questions, comments, challenges, observations, please throw them at me. Not literally, but ask me if you like.
Right, I've got one then. What do companies do with our actual information, like Facebook and Twitter and all that? What do they actually do with it, and where does it go?
Yeah, good question. So There's a really good statement about this, is that when you don't pay for something, you're the product. How many of you pay for Facebook? No one pays for Facebook. What does that mean? We're all the product. We're a product. Facebook, everything that they're doing, which is commendable and fantastic, and I really, really like Facebook's mission of trying to connect people. It's very self-interested, because what their business model is built on selling information to companies about you. And how many of you click on, maybe you search on Google, I want to go to Mallorca on holiday this year, and then you go on your Facebook, and maybe even 10 minutes later, you will have an advert on the right-hand side that says, flights to Mallorca at £99 before they run out in a day or two or whatever. Facebook and Facebook's fantastic, don't get me wrong, I use it a lot, but Facebook is brilliant at taking your information, knowing exactly where you are, who you're with, what you like, and selling that, and being a great marketing agency. You know, they're fantastic at taking your information, building a great picture of you in a way that was never done before, because when you used to watch TV and things like that, they didn't really know too much about who you were and what you liked. Now they know exactly what you like. And what that means for you guys, is just think about the stuff you put into Facebook. You know, do you turn off your location settings so Facebook doesn't know where you are? Do you not tag people that you're with so Facebook doesn't know who you're with? It doesn't mean that you don't share things with them, but just share what you're comfortable with sharing. But that's how they make their money, yeah.
Okay, I did not know that. Okay, also, how do they get it to the companies that then advertise what we actually want? So, like, say you've gone on Google and you've done that, I want to go to Mallorca, and then it comes up on your Facebook. How do they get it there? Do you know?
Oh, that's a very good question. That goes beyond my technical knowledge. Someone might know that better than me. I think there's some very clever algorithms, or whatever that word means, behind it, that means when you click on a link, they can track. This is all the cookie thing, you know? Everyone knows the cookie rule, the thing that comes up, it says cookies and all that. This is where they track you, they know what you're going on, they drop a cookie into your browser, and then, you know, they go from there. They do it quickly, which is amazing, and I think it's built on all these algorithms, the cookies, all that relationship and stuff. So.
Oh, okay.
We've got
a question over there.
Maybe knows the answer better than me.
How do you stop companies from, like, contacting you? Because, like, I've had contacts from people like PPI being involved in an accident, even though I've not even been involved in an accident.
Yeah, I had a call the other day, actually. Someone called me up and said, yeah, Ben, you're due for an upgrade. Do you want a new phone? And I said, I'm not due for an upgrade, and also I'm an O2 employee. You're probably talking to the wrong person about this. And then I said, can you remove me off the list? Often what happens here is, and again, it comes down to what you're doing online, just being conscious of when you put your information into forms and stuff like that, and you sign up for things online, that they're going to, if there's a little checkbox that says, untick if you don't want me to share this information, you just take the time to untick it, because often if you don't, they'll sell that information on, and that's when you get all these calls. And make sure when they call you up, you say, remove me off the list, because if they hang up on you pretty quick, don't they, usually, hang up on you, and then they've left you on the list, and someone, you know, John, their friend, on the next Monday calls you up when you appear on the random list again, you know, so I think it comes down to just being a bit more cautious about where you put your information exactly, and just being careful about what you share.